The Inkbound Horror. In a quiet corner of the city, tucked away in an old and forgotten bookstore, there sat an inkwell unlike any other. The glass was dark as night, and the ink within seemed to swirl with a life of its own. The shop's owner, Meh Holloway, had acquired it decades ago, from an estate sale, drawn to its mysterious allure. One evening, as the sun dipped below the horizon, casting long shadows through the dusty shop, a struggling writer named Lydia entered. Her eyes fell upon the inkwell displayed in the window. With a sense of longing, she stepped inside. Mr. Holloway greeted her with a warm smile. "Welcome, my dear. Looking for something special, are we?" Lydia hesitated, her fingers tracing the edges of the inkwell. "I've heard rumors about this ink. They say that whatever you write with it becomes real." Mr. Holloway chuckled softly. "Legends and stories, my dear. But every tale has a grain of truth, doesn't it?" Lydia's heart raced. She purchased the inkwell and hurried home, her mind racing with possibilities. That night, sitting at her desk, she dipped her pen into the inky abyss and began to write. "I wish for a companion," she wrote, the words flowing effortlessly onto the paper. As the last letter was formed, a shiver ran down Lydia's spine. Outside, the wind howled and a knock echoed at her door. Trembling, she opened it to find a figure cloaked in shadows. "Hello, Lydia," a voice whispered, chilling her to the bone. She gasped, realizing that the figure before her was a manifestation of her written words. The inkwell's power was real, and her words had summoned an entity beyond her control. Days turned into weeks, and the Inkbound Horror became a constant presence in Lydia's life. It watched her every move, its dark eyes unblinking. She could feel its malevolent intentions growing stronger. Desperation gripped Lydia. She returned to the bookstore, confronting Meh Holloway. "You sold me a cursed inkwell." The old man's expression grew somber. "My dear, you must understand. The inkwell feeds on the writer's emotions, growing more powerful with each word." Lydia realized that her fear and anxiety had given the Inkbound Horror strength. Determined to break free, she hatched a plan. Late one night, she sat at her desk and wrote with resolve. "I wish the Inkbound Horror to return to the realm from which it came." As the ink dried, the figure began to fade, its grip on reality weakening. With one final, haunting glance, it vanished, leaving Lydia alone and breathless. Weeks passed, and Lydia's life slowly returned to normal. The inkwell remained on her desk, a constant reminder of the dangers of playing with forces beyond understanding. She wondered how many others had fallen victim to its Inkbound horrors. Remembering the price she had paid for her curiosity, Lydia left the inkwell untouched, a silent sentinel to a cautionary tale of ink and darkness.